Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, in the state of Nevada, a ballot initiative went before a judge. This ballot initiative basically was going to enshrine women's reproductive rights in the state constitution. A judge ruled against this initiative, saying it was too broad, and he used the term log rolling, where he felt that too many things were rolled into this initiative to make it vague. This was going to be appealed and will go to the state Supreme Court. So I'm curious if the state Supreme Court will allow this initiative to go on the ballot as is, and if it does, or if they have to refile the initiative, either one, will eventually this initiative make it to the ballot, and will it get approved? Okay, entertainment purposes only. Women's reproductive rights, because, in 2023, that's what we should be concerned about here. I cannot believe, they talk about 2 steps forward, 1 step back. How many steps forward did we take from the early 70s to now to take one giant 50-year step backwards? This is beyond stupid. Entertainment purposes only. I think you understand my position on things. Okay. So, will the state Supreme Court accept this? And this might even be just a general energy reading. Let's see how the cards pan out. But we've got the Fool. This is that new initiative. This is, here we are again, 50 years in the future, having to fight a battle that was fought 50 years in the past. So here we go again, coming full circle with this thing. And how funny, we go from the first major arcana 0 to 1, manifesting the Magician. Starting a new journey, going to manifest those rights. We can't believe we have to fight this, go on this journey again, but here we are. In the past, we have the 3 of Wands. I don't think anybody was necessarily planning on this, but I think the minute Roe v. Wade got overturned, it was destined that efforts were going to be made to go and put this into the state constitution in Nevada. And there are PACs, like, the Women and Children's PAC or something like that, which is fighting to prevent this. It's the Parents and Children's PAC is fighting against this. And then there's other PACs supporting women's rights, pushing this forward. So the day was going to happen where this battle needed to occur. Since the Republicans just feel that the states should control everything, now it's up to people to go to the states and control everything. Where the Republicans feel like they've got more control and more power. It's a burden. It's hard work, especially when you're losing this first round in the courts, because now you have to go to the Supreme Court. Now, mind you, this was going to get appealed either way. No matter who won the first one, the other group was going to appeal this to the state Supreme Court. The first judge could be right. This could be too much stuff rolled into a single initiative, in which case it has to be rethought or revamped to narrow it in scope. But right now, there's a lot of hard work going on to get signatures in case the Supreme Court stays or overrules this judge's staying of this initiative, so that they can make it onto the ballot in 2024. The overarching energy are the strong emotions on both sides. The folks against it, the Parent and Children's Coalition, basically, I'm sure there are some people that have religious beliefs that feel that this is murder and they're saving the lives of children. But I think that pales in comparison to the outrage that women, their partners, their friends, their cousins, their children, people have for the rights of women being taken away. This was just such a huge step backwards. And it was a shock because as much as, the Democrats say the Republicans are going to take your your Roe v. Wade rights away. The Republicans will say the Democrats will take your gun rights away. And, both sides fundraised off of it. Until you got a bunch of conservative justices on the Supreme Court, courtesy of the Heritage Foundation and the Federalist Society, and they decided to overturn Roe v. Wade. So now it became a reality. Congratulations. The dog caught the car. What are you going to do with it now? People are outraged and motivated to go out and vote. The lesson to be learned is the truth. The truth. Everything's been exposed. We now know what the Republicans are capable of, and we also know the strong response that society has towards this, with bringing out the vote and people coming out to vote to support this. I suspect that this thing's going to be overturned. And here we go. Outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. There's going to be a big push, giant push forward on this one. There's going to be a lot of money dumped into this on both sides. But it's also a big push on healthcare. This is about women's rights to choose. This is what women should be doing with their bodies. Underneath it all is the Six of Swords. Once the rulings are made, or once this has been voted on, it'll be turbulent times, but we're moving to common shores. You got the woman and the child here going to common shores. Once it's been put into the state constitution, that's it. We put this thing to bed. Because then people's rights are enshrined in the state constitution. Okay, I want to read on the Supreme Court in Nevada. I'm sure they will hear this case. How will they rule on it? My interpretations, of course. How will they rule on... will they allow this initiative as written to go onto the ballot? If the answer is no, it just means the initiative needs to be narrowed in scope. That's all. But as written, will the Nevada Supreme Court allow this initiative onto the ballot? And we've already had this happen in Ohio, and then once it passed, and the Republicans are out there trying to overturn the will of the people. I'm sure it will happen in Nevada too. Yep, his card was going flying. Let's see what we got. Again, entertainment purposes only. How will the Supreme Court rule on this? Oh, there's going to be a lot of fighting, a lot of energy around this one. That is faux sure. And mystery and confusion. Don't have the warm fuzzies yet on this one. These are two cards of... Well, there's going to be a lot of energy and a lot of things revealed as the fight goes on. Page of Wands. Tentatively, I would say yes. They're going to allow this to go through. If this means no, it just means that they give clear instructions on what it takes for it to go through. But I'm going to, right now, in this reading, read it as they are giving the go-ahead, the message that this can proceed. In the past is the Empress. Of course. The Empress, this woman in this card is pregnant. So this is about the rights of pregnant women and women to do with their body and their pregnancy as they see fit. Them and their doctor. Not them, their doctor, and your local congressman. Or a bunch of lawyers. No, a woman and her doctor. I would say that the folks that are bringing this initiative forward are fighting from a position of strength, and they have the advantage. They're going to win all the ties, and the arguments about it's too broad are being beaten back. That's good so far. The Supreme Court's going to listen to these arguments and hopefully rule on them. Wands are about fire and passion. Hopefully they can keep their passions in check and rule on it more like a king of swords, if you will. But I think given the Page of Wands underneath it is the underarching energy, and the King of Wands is the overarching energy. These are all about movement and things, paths going forward. I think that things will probably go forward with this. Yeah, there's a victory. I think we go from the fighting to the victory over here. So, what will the Supreme Court do? Then we get, of course, the illusions and delusions card. I think if this was like a 7-person panel, it's not going to be unanimous. It's going to be split. The Supreme Court is going to rule on party affiliate lines. That's what this is telling me on this one. Now I have to go look up and see if I can figure out what that means and see what the party affiliation is, if I can determine that. Hang on for a second. Seven judges. Okay. All right. Well, I thought I hit pause. You got to see me do my research on this. Okay. Turns out that there are 7 justices on the Nevada Supreme Court, and one is appointed by a Republican, one was appointed by a Democrat, and 5 were nonpartisan. Okay. So I think that it's probably, I'm going to guess it's going to be a 4-3 ruling to allow this to go through. David. I'm not starting the reading over. There's only a minute gap here. Okay. Well, better to not have hit stop. I thought I hit pause on that one. Okay, here we go. What will this initiative makes it onto the ballot for 2024? What will happen? You know it's going to pass, right? Nevada will be an interesting one because, there's a lot of retirees that go to Nevada because there's no, the taxes are low. There's no state tax or something, state income tax or something like that. So I'm curious. In the state of Nevada, this makes it onto the ballot. How will it be ruled? Okay. Here we go. Entertainment purposes only. He said for the 3rd time. Justice will be brought. It's going to win. It's going to win. 4 swords. I think the rights that have been put on ice are brought back here. It completes the cycle. And, the government, look at all these cards here. The MAGAs and the conservatives are not going to like this. There's going to be a lot of protest. I think there's going to be a lot of protests in court cases that go with this. It's going to be taken to court, which tells me it passes. If it failed, it's not going to be taken to court because underneath it are the MAGA folks. But it's completed. It gets voted in. It may take a little while to be instituted because of court cases that are involved with it because of the lawsuits. So they're going to pull the same thing Ohio did. It's going to pass, and then there's going to be lawsuits to stay the will of the people. But I think in the end of the day, this thing is going through. Women's rights are going to be enshrined in the Nevada state constitution, and it's just another loss for the Republicans in their quest to tell women what to do with their bodies. Put my phone down here. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. It's, high production quality video here. Thank you for all the support you've given my channel. I really do appreciate it. I hope everyone's had a great Thanksgiving Day weekend, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.